Hey guys, how's it going? So it's Logan. I'm back with another video today, and today's video is going to be all about five different things that I feel like you guys shouldn't do with your dreads, or that I've learned to not do with your dreads. People who are starting out their dreads, they have a lot of questions for me over like determination of what size dress I should get or how many dress I should get, different things like that. And that's just something that I feel like I should be able to share with you guys, being that I have had dreads for a long time. So amongst trial and error, I've learned a lot of things, and I just plan on sharing those five main things with you guys today. All right, guys, so jumping right into it, tip number one for me is going to be to always remember the day that you first got your dreads retwisted. This is because you're going to always want to know, like, the birthday of your dreads. I don't necessarily remember the day that I got my dreads retwisted, but I do remember the month. I got my dreads retwisted in June of 2010. And in June of 2010, that makes my dreads 6 years old now at this point. Well, 6 years back in June. And that's just something that you're always going to want to know. People are going to ask you all the time, you know what I'm saying, how old are your dreads, or how long did it take for you to get your dreads to the length that it's at now? And you're always going to want to remember the birthday of your dreads. Me, I always do like a celebratory style in June, just to kind of signify the fact that it's my birthday month for my dreads, and stuff like that. And it's also just a good way to keep up with the length and the growth of your dreads, just to know that, okay, I've had it at this many years, it was this long, at this many years, it was this long, etc., etc. Tip number two for me is going to be to always remember the number of dreads that you have. And if you haven't started out your dreadlocks yet, decide on what number of dreads that you want to have. That way it's easier to remember also. The reason about this is that people don't really realize it or think about it like this, but when you have straight hair that isn't dreaded up, it sheds a lot onto the floor, onto the ground, or onto wherever surface you're walking on. With dreads, you don't really have hair that sheds out of your head. When it sheds out of the follicle, it just sheds into the dread, and it's stuck for forever. So you have a lot of dead hair in your hair, and that also adds on to the weight of your hair that's connected to your scalp. So the more dreads you have, the more dead hair you're going to have, the more heavier your hair is going to be. I did count my dreads back like a couple of years ago, but I don't necessarily remember the number of dreads I have now. But people also ask me this question on a daily basis of how many dreads I have. And it's kind of bad that I can't really, or not bad, but just like disappointing that I can't really answer that question for a lot of people. And it's also a good thing to know, also just to know that the heaviness of your dreads is something that you choose on your own, and not something that your stylist chooses for you. So, moving along to tip number three. Tip number three is styles. Also, remember when you're starting off your locks, and when you have started locks, always do styles. Me right now, I have a style in, which I'm going to show you guys later, but I have a style in right now, and it's like, I can do styles. I can do a lot different styles right now, but it's still a lot of styles that I can't do anymore, simply because my hair is too thick. My hair is too long. I have too much hair right now, and it's like I kind of miss the days of having short hair, because there's so many styles that I could have explored that I wasn't exploring, simply because I wasn't happy with my length yet. Take advantage of the fact that your hair is short. I can obviously do styles, but it's just a lot harder to maintain. Just like with straight hair, when it's not dreaded up, it's a lot harder to maintain your hair when it's longer than when it's shorter. When it's shorter, it's a lot more like just frisk, move it around, do this type of shit, and just like it works for you. But it's easy to just do that, but also make sure that you guys are exploring all of the style options that you have. Another reason that you want to explore the style options that you have is simply because it locks up a lot faster if you do different styles. So moving on into tip number four. Tip number four is going to be kind of obvious, but it's mainly to just watch what products either you use in your hair or the person that's doing your hair uses in your hair. Products, it's really hard to talk about products because there's so many products in this world. I can't really tell you what the best product is. One thing that I can tell you don't use is beeswax. Please don't use beeswax. Please don't use glue. Please don't, just don't use too many. A lot of people say not to use things that are white. Just use products that's clear, things that, obviously isn't something that's going to build up in your hair. But just not to use too many products that are going to build up in your hair. As people with starter locks, you're thinking, okay, I'm just going to start with the most stickiest thing. I'm going to get syrup. I'm going to get honey. I'm going to get beeswax. And that's going to lock up my hair faster. But I want you guys to realize that the more product you use, the heavier your dreads are going to be, the longer they get. And it's harder to wash out when you use a lot of product like that. So just make sure that you're not using too much product, or that you're not using the wrong product in your hair, because it's going to either build up and be really flaky and look like you have a bad dandruff job, or it's going to either make your hair just really heavy. If you use wax, for instance, it's going to make your hair really, really heavy the longer it gets, and it's going to be smelly, and it's going to be sticky, and it's going to be damp. Just make sure you use the right product. I have decided also that sometime in the future, I don't know when, because I haven't really decided on how I'm going to do it. I'm going to start reviewing different natural products for you guys, just to show you guys what products to and to not use, to make it a little easier just for you guys, so that you guys can maybe, I haven't really decided on how I'm going to do it. Maybe you guys can like send me different things that you want me to try out, or maybe I'll just... All right, so for number 5, always tie your dreads up at nighttime with a satin cap, with some type of silk cap, sleep on a silk pillow, whatever you guys want to do. Just do something to protect your dreads. Everything that your dreads touch along the way of being locked is going to lock into your dreads also, if that makes sense. So if you're sleeping on a cotton pillow, for instance, and you don't have your dreads tied up, the cotton, the little sparse pieces of cotton that's on your pillow are going to lock into your dreads also. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but if you look at some people's dreads at the end of their dreads or throughout their dreads, you can see little pieces of cotton into their dreads. That's so unattractive, and that's something that you don't want. It's not something that people do on purpose. So yeah, just make sure that you're tying your hair up at an early age. Right now, I don't always tie my hair up, but at the same time, my hair is a lot more longer, and the ends of my dreads aren't really touching my pillow, because even if I don't tie my hair up, I'll put my hair up. Like, I can't sleep with my hair down at this point. At a starter lock phase, you might be sleeping with your hair down and untied, and that's really going to aid in different materials getting into your dreads, and also like locking up with them and just making it really like unattractive. All right, guys, so I know that was 5 tips, and I'm going to go over like 1.5 actually, so it's actually like 6.5 tips. Another tip that I did just think of is to obviously always have patience with your dreads. This is something that didn't just come overnight. Dreads are always going to have the ugly phase. When you first start off, your dreads are going to be, you're going to kind of be tired of them. You're going to kind of be like, okay, I just want to wash this. I'm ready to get this product out of my hair. I'm ready to just cut this off and go back to straight hair. I'm ready to go back to my fade, whatever you're coming from. Just have patience with your dreads. Eventually, they're going to grow on you. Eventually, they're going to give you the look that you want. It's going to take time. It's going to take years. Again, my hair is 6 years old at this point, and it hasn't always been this tolerable. Even now, it's not always tolerable. So just always have patience with your dreads. That's one thing that I do admire about people with dreads, is that it shows character traits. It shows that you have patience. It shows that you have, stability, something that you can, last for a long time. It shows different character traits, and that's something that people with dreads do attain. Like, that's something that you're going to have to attain in order to grow your dreads. Another tip, or the half tip that I was going to give you guys, is, for me, it's not something that you have to do, but just an option for you guys, just because you do have creative control over your dreads before you start. When you do start off, if you want, you guys can't see it right now because my retwist is a little old, but if you want, let your dread person, or the person that's your loctician, or whoever it is that's doing your dreads, know that you don't always want to have to do squares. Some people want to do, like I did, triangles. Some people do circles, some people do stars. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you on what your foundation for your dreads are. You don't have to do squares, you don't have to do rectangles. And if that's something that you would like to do just to make your dreads a little more different, you have that ability to do that. So I'm just giving you guys a little more, maybe you want to do that, maybe you don't, but that's up to you guys. So yeah, I mean, good luck to everyone who did start out their dreads this month, or this year, or last month, or whenever you started out your dreads. I hope that you guys have, good luck, and a good journey overall, and I pray that all of the different tips that I gave you guys just now are able to help you guys, and something that you didn't think of that maybe now you're thinking about. So again, follow me on Instagram if you guys don't know already. My Instagram is dreamsofdreads. Make sure you guys watch the rest of my videos, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. See you in the next one.